A dead mouse shifts across the dark forest floor, seemingly on its own. Beneath the leaves, a specialized insect team begins a massive relocation. 2 American burying beetles are driving this movement. These insects, smaller than your thumb, transport a carcass 200 times their combined weight. To find targets in total darkness, they rely on orange-tipped antennae acting as hypersensitive chemical sensors. They pick up the scent of decay from over a mile away, detecting a fresh carcass within minutes of death to arrive before other scavengers. This combination of physical strength and rapid response sensory biology makes them highly efficient ecosystem engineers, clearing the forest floor of decaying material. They were once a dominant presence across 35 states, stretching from the Great Plains to the Atlantic coast. But in less than a century, that range collapsed. They vanished from 90% of their territory, leaving only 6 isolated populations today. The decline was so severe that in 1989, the American burying beetle became one of the first invertebrates protected under the U.S. Endangered Species Act. Their survival depends on specific habitat conditions: undisturbed deciduous woodlands with deep, moist leaf litter and loose soil. To understand why this species disappeared so quickly, we have to look closer at their incredibly demanding underground lifestyle. Once a pair claims a carcass, they must move it to suitable earth. They work in tandem to drag the body, sometimes several meters, until they find soil soft enough for excavation. The beetles dig directly beneath the animal, removing dirt until the weight of the carcass causes it to sink into a hollowed-out burial chamber. Inside the chamber, they prepare the food source. They strip away fur or feathers and use their legs to mold the flesh into a tight, compact sphere. To prevent the meat from rotting, they coat the sphere in antimicrobial secretions. These chemicals preserve the carcass against the bacteria and fungi present in the soil. This grueling 12-hour effort is one of the most structurally complex engineering feats in the insect world. Unlike most insects that abandon their eggs, the American burying beetle forms a dedicated family unit. Both parents stay in the chamber to actively raise the next generation. When the larvae hatch, the parents consume the preserved meat, pre-digest it, and regurgitate it directly into the mouths of their young. The parents even use tactile communication, gently stroking the larvae with their legs to actively stimulate them to feed. This high-investment parenting makes them vulnerable. They require undisturbed soil, a steady supply of small carcasses, and total darkness for nocturnal navigation. Human-driven habitat fragmentation and the extinction of abundant prey, like the passenger pigeon, destroyed the reliable supply chain these beetles needed to survive. By behaving more like mammals than traditional insects, they became uniquely fragile to the changes humans brought to the landscape. Biologists use micro-radio transmitters weighing under half a gram to track beetles in the wild. Telemetry data shows them traveling over 500 meters in a single night, crossing roads and open fields previously assumed to be impassable barriers. Researchers are also using soil environmental DNA. By analyzing genetic material left behind during burial, they can detect the presence of beetles without ever having to trap one. In 2023, this eDNA technology led to the discovery of a completely unknown population in northern Arkansas, the first new cluster found in over 20 years. These technological leaps are moving conservation efforts forward, allowing scientists to actively map and protect the species' hidden strongholds. Captive breeding programs at major zoos are now raising thousands of beetles every year for release into restored habitats. These populations are currently struggling to reestablish themselves in diverse landscapes, from the Great Plains to the coastal cliffs of Block Island. The beetle's role is essential. It laboriously transforms death into life, cleaning the forest floor and recycling nutrients back into the earth. For millions of years, they performed this quiet work in the dark. In our own inattention, we nearly erased them. The stability of America's wildlands depends on these dedicated subterranean engineers. Their underground labor maintains the health of the entire ecosystem from the soil up.